something very common sense. When you see those emergency lights, you move over, and then you lessen the chance of striking a worker, and therefore lessen the chance of a death occurring on the roadway.
Now, the consequences for failing to move over include getting a moving traffic violation, a non-criminal traffic infraction, which will cost $165 and 3 points on your license. There's more news and weather and sports after the break. Stay with us.
Or forcing people to do something.
What are you going to do? Yes, Tammy, I would like to be able to listen. I'd like to be able to talk to Lieutenant Mark Larimore of the Panama City Police Department, Florida.
Okay, I can transfer you back there. Hold on.
Yeah, is Lieutenant Mark Larimore there?
Yes, my answer's calling.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to speak to him about yesterday, about where they had to move over law. Yesterday, January 26th, 2016, and he was on WMBB Channel 13 talking about the move over law. So I'd like to be able to talk to him about it because he was the one that was on TV.
Okay, well, when is calling?
I'd just like to just talk to him.
All right, hold please.
Yes, is this Lieutenant Larimore of the Panama City Police Department in Florida?
It is.
How you doing? I'd like to congratulate you on your being concerned about the move over law. I saw you yesterday on WMBB Channel 13 in Panama City, Florida. And I'd like to ask you something. How long have you been with the Panama City Police Department?
About 20 years.
Okay, 20 years. In that time, have you ever heard them loud car stereos going up and down the road?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant Larimore. By the way, are you any relationship with Herman Larimore?
No, we're no kin.
Oh, okay. Anyway, what I'd like to ask you is I'm just asking you about, have you ever heard those loud car stereos in traffic?
No, I hate them. Yeah, everyone's heard them.
Okay, would you be interested in citizens helping you out and see if we can protect our first responders?
Well, here's the problem. It used to be a traffic violation, an infraction that we could pull someone over and write them a ticket for. About 2 years ago, the Florida legislature, is my understanding, over some case law, I'm not sure which, either case law made to the court system or our legislature has changed that so that I think that it's now protected as a First Amendment. But we can no longer pull over those loud, dangerous, obnoxious, filthy people using the radios to blast out this garbage. And we have to be subjected to it, its language, and also its decibel levels. We can do nothing about it anymore, unfortunately.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Now, this might be a stupid question, and pardon me for asking you a stupid question. But, Mark Larimore, Lieutenant, I want to address you as Lieutenant Mark Larimore because I feel like you deserve that title, and so far you have been very professional. What is the chances of them ambulance and fire department people being heard by somebody in one of them loud, obnoxious vehicles?
Yeah, it's close to nothing. They won't be able to hear an approaching vehicle. That's one of the arguments that law enforcement makes. But they can't hear approaching emergency vehicles, fire trucks, police, EMS, particularly EMS. And that's one of our arguments on our side is that's, besides the noise pollution, besides the vulgarity, that's another main reason you've got to be able not only to hear police and emergency vehicles, but to hear the guy beeping his horn next to you, letting you know you're about to run over, him or, anybody else out there. It's a dangerous all the way around. It should never been an issue of First Amendment right to play what you want or to listen to your music as loud as you want. It's a safety issue. It was always a safety issue, and it still is. The fact that most of the songs played at that decibel are filthy and vulgar is just added on. So another reason we shouldn't have it.
Okay, Mark, my friend, I have tried to be a partner in protecting ambulance and fire department people, emergency responders, and I'm assuming that if anybody has done law research to help you out, would you be interested? Because I can give you some laws right now. If you got a pen handy?
No, but I can give you my email. That'd be the easiest thing. Have you got a way to email them to me?
Well, this would be more convenient if you could. Let me just give you these laws. If you could just write them down.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. We've got 80610 of the Florida statutes. To put an ambulance or fire department person in danger is a 5-year prison sentence. Now we've got something that's called 874 criminal gang signaling instrumentalities, because this is the way the drugs are being dealt. And my research is something called Community-Oriented Service Police Grants, bulletin number 7, Michael S. Scott, specifically stated that this is how the drugs are being delivered, because your hands are tied, because all they got to do is say, yo, man, I got you something from McDonald's, here's a nice hamburger in here, and because you cannot hear what the conversation is, because they don't even need to say a conversation, all they got to do is signal with their loud, obnoxious booming that can be heard sometimes a half a mile away. So under 874 criminal gang signaling instrumentalities, that's a 5-year prison sentence. Now here's something else. 932 contraband. Now if we could put up signs, because I'm assuming it's January 27th right now. In about a month, the spring breakers are going to be coming down, putting ambulance and fire department people in danger. Maybe we could put up signs that say $100 for any future fine or ticket reward for turning in a boom car. So what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to be looking to turn in these boom cars that are putting ambulance and fire department people in danger. What do you think about that?
Shoot, I don't think the city would have enough money to do something like that. But even then, it's only a non-criminal infraction, and for the loudness of the music. And the problem would be is it's got to be observed by a law enforcement officer to make an arrest, an immediate arrest.
Okay, now under 3015 of the Florida statutes, you don't need a warrant to arrest them. That's called breach of the peace. Now we can also go under when are you unfortunate enough to hear those loud car stereos coming through your home?
Oh yeah, I used to be, and I still am. I live up in the woods, and I still hear them coming down the road.
Okay, let's go under 81002 of the Florida statutes. To break into an occupied dwelling, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have to physically go through. It means they control a device that...
Unfortunately, the way the law is interpreted from the time it was written, it does mean you actually physically have to...
Oh, no you don't. No you don't. Because somebody could take a telephone pole, they could take a pole and smash through somebody's door. Somebody could take a hammer and smash through somebody's window, and they have not entered. Okay, I've done law research on this, if you don't mind. Now, here's the thing. We can also get under, have you ever heard your ears pop because it is the loud car stereo, the concussion of the speakers?
I've never had that happen.
I have. That's 784 of the Florida statutes, and that's battery upon your body. That's a 15-year prison sentence.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I just don't see our state attorney's office stretching it that far. I can see your reasoning.
Okay.
I don't see them stretching it that far.
Now, under 6005 of the Florida statutes, it is the duty of Glenn Hess, not option, for him to get rid of every nuisance that is in our community. Now, let me ask you something, Mark. Did you take an oath to support and defend the Florida Constitution?
Of course, you know I did.
Right, and that's under 876 of the Florida statutes, and Glenn Hess did that under 876 of the Florida statutes. Okay, that right there is under Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution. It says unnecessary noise will not be tolerated. So now you're bound by the Florida Constitution. You can, under 3015 of Florida statutes, you can arrest every one of these punks. Hey, you might even find some goodies and guns. From what I understand, last year there was a gunfight at a home.
It was crazy. We took dozens of guns out of that beach out there.
And I'll bet you a lot of them had boom cars, because that's the way the drug dealers are dealing their drugs.
Yeah.
So now, Mark...
You're breaching the law. I'm telling you, you're breaching the law.
Okay, now...
We've got a stand trained officer. They're just not going to stretch. I don't think they're going to be allowed to stretch the elements of those crimes. I hear your reasoning, and I understand where you're coming from, but I don't think that any court is going to accept those types of arguments and let them stretch to those means.
Okay, first of all, number one, okay, all judges and all lawyers under the Florida bar, they swear an oath to support and defend the Florida Constitution, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's the argument. First of all, number one, I am familiar with the cases called Richard Catalino versus the state of Florida. It happened down in Tampa, Florida. They used this stupid excuse. As a matter of fact, I looked up, they looked up a stupid excuse of, well, if political trucks blast their speakers maybe once every 4 years for election time, now it's okay for these punks 365 days a year to violate somebody. Now, under the freedom of speech, can anybody walk up to a female and say, will you take your clothes off for me?
Well,
That's under freedom of speech.
at this time, yeah, they can, unfortunately.
But here's the thing. Now, judges, since they were bound by the Florida Constitution, Article 2, Section 7 of the Florida Constitution, they violated their oath under 876 of the Florida statutes. They violated their oath to protect the citizens of the state of Florida. They put the citizens in the state of Florida under entrapment. Are you familiar with 777-201 of the Florida statutes?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you probably have read your police manual through very thoroughly, right?
I knew it better than the Bible almost at one time.
Better than the Bible. Well, how about, so now we've got